Welcome to the realm of Millenia, entity of any number of the coils. Be ye a man, woman, child, spirit, creature, or even a demon. Be ye a native, a migrator, or lo and behold, an invader into these lands. You are all welcome, for I am your host, the Millennium Mailman, here today on this magnificent Tourism Tuesday, and I will be world building for you long after you've already begun to acclimate and fit in to this community of the realm of Millenia. So, by all means, sit back, relax, and then go ahead and enjoy this white tea Tourism Tuesday. Now, I'm not sure if you noticed or not, but I very much am still in the kitchen, because I do at least 2 videos a day. 2 videos every day that I am doing videos. So that keeps me 1 week ahead in case I get a week of sickness where I get sick and can't do any videos. So that being said, I am still making my meal preps for the next 2-3 days, because after video time I'm going to be pretty busy cleaning up and things. So bear with me, I'm lazy and trying to make the most of my time. But anywho's in, today, still in this Tourism Tuesday moldy notebook, I have a section here on narcissism, and closed-minded, and the difference between a few of these, where the narc, I'm gonna just leave it short, the narc versus closed-minded, the difference between being a narc, and be a narcissist, narcissistic, or narcissism, the difference between being one of those 3 narcs and being closed-minded, there is one. Right? Where is that fork I had? It's now. Or there is a difference between these guys where both can show selfish natures, self-centered behaviors and views and perspectives, but there is a massively large difference between them, while actually a little relevant aspect of some more Venn diagram-esque that allows people to conflate and compare the two in aspects where everyone's calling any and everyone narcissistic, despite them actually just being closed-minded and not open to alternative opinions, if you will. Right? And again, there is a difference. Not trying to close up shop and shut out people for having a different opinion, because we value differing opinions. We value them because without differing opinions, we'll never go anywhere. No creativity means no opportunity to be better or be different. And we love diversity here in the realm of Millenia. So this mindset that just because someone is closed-minded, their opinion isn't valuable or somehow less valuable than the next guy's is utterly infallible, unacceptable. I'm just leaving it at that. Is utterly unacceptable, because we need the diverse minds. At least in the realm of Millenia, we value the knowledge, and we make the difference in opinions and mindsets a valuable thing. So, again, both aspects of being closed-minded and narcissistic both tend to have this Venn diagram cross-section of being selfish, being relatively self-centered in their views and perspectives. That doesn't make you either narcissistic or closed-minded. It doesn't push you to be one or the other. It could just be that, okay, you just have this attribute that identifies you to be possibly one or the other, right? It doesn't make you one or the other. It just makes it highly probable that you are more than likely than not one or the other, closed-minded or narcissistic. So, notebook's already got mold. Please don't get sauce on it. Now, for the paragraph of closed-minded. Oh, the first one is narc. Now, to identify a narcissistic personality, narcissist or narcissism, their selfishness is selfishly on the offensive, more prone to forcing change and influence of their own onto other people with little to no regard for others' views and other people's justified defenses. Oh, that's your castle? Great. Well, I have a couple castle and fortress busters. I have all this here. I'm going on the offensive because I kind of like your castle. I kind of like the stuff you got, and I'm gonna need a little bit of that. They really don't care. A narcissist has zero care in the world, in that I like shit and I want shit. We will be enacting change because, again, narcissistic personalities and stuff make themselves the center of the universe, and that they themselves are the most important. And when you are the most important, what you say has to go. It has to happen. So a narcissist and narcissisms and narcissistic beliefs and tendencies are ruled in the fact that they're actually will be enforcing their beliefs upon you. That's number one. So unless people are actually participating in this narcissistic mentality and action, it doesn't make them a narcissist, no matter how selfish they are. Until their selfishness is being projected and pushed on you too, it's less narcissism and more closed-minded. But moving down into this realm of closed-mindedness, closed minds tend to be selfishly defensive and protective of their views, right? If they have a closed mindset and a closed this, that, whoa. I have this wall, I have this barrier, I have many obstructions in case of certain concessions I might want to make. These obstructions will stop me from leaving my protection and stop anyone from invading it. Right? They have, closed minds have ballistic crossbows and mounted cannons for warning shots, and more so to scare away people and defeat any intruders on what they, the closed-minded person, finds to be the correct life and quality of life within their walls. Their weapons and knowledge and rebuttals tend to go unused because so long as no one's bothering me, there's no need to use them. They may have some weapons, they may not, but you would never know unless you went and bothered them. A narcissist is going to seek you out and publicly show and reveal it because, hey, I want you to know and I'm gonna make you listen. Closed-minded person has things that they may or may not even necessarily use because this is for my own protection. I like my walls, I like my castle, I like my doors, and I like them the way they are. This is the correct way of life. This is my proper quality of life that I enjoy and want to keep it that way. Right? So, closed-mindeds tend to be treated or mistaken as narcissists when their weapons and defenses are seen from the outside looking in. Like, oh my God, he has a crossbow. He's going to use that crossbow against me. Not unless you bother my lawn. Step off my lawn. Right? So closed-minded people get incriminated and criminalized as if they were narcissists because appearance can be deceiving. Appearances can be deceiving, right? But yeah. So outside looking in, closed-minded people get treated and mistaken as narcissistic, and so on and so forth. From the outside looking in, just for having and using their defenses, regardless of whether it was aggressively or unapologetically or not. But be mindful that closed-minded people never left their gates, even if they are instigating and disruptive, right? I'm at home, I'm being me, just being me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I have a beware dog sign out in the front yard. I got some pups not on a leash because they are on my lawn and in my fence borders. They annoy the hell out of you. Too gosh darn bad. I am in my space, leave me alone. That's a closed-minded person. If you come in my lawn, like a Jehovah's Witness, knock on my door, if you happen to be shot, you happen to be shot. You should have stayed off my property that says no Jehovah's Witnesses, no this, that allowed. Okay? That's a closed-minded person. That's a closed-minded mentality. That's a closed-minded individual. It's not a narcissist. A narcissist is going to go out of their way to bother you and force you to convert. Right? And the last little paragraph here is open-minded people. Open minds have their views that they have, just have the, let me restart. Open-minded individuals have their own particular views. I don't have a period there, but there should be one. Open minds, they have just as many defenses and protections and their own borders, but their borders are open to and for everything. Free to come, free to go, under the gaze of more or less ineffective guards. Open-minded people have their defenses dropped and guards guarding but not actually doing anything. They have their little guards that remain or permit any and all kinds of corruption and indifference and invasion into their lands, right? The open-minded people and their guards and their little truancy watchers are their only real saving grace being the ivory tower of their core belief system, where open-minded people, they have something that they believe in. They put that belief in an ivory tower for all to see. This is what I believe, but I'm open to listen and hear you out and willing to open up the border so you can get close enough for me to hear you from up here. oh, I like what you had to say. I'm going to change what's in my ivory tower and worth being acknowledged and put on this pedestal for all of the rest of you to see. I believe this, but I'm open-minded, so I'll allow some conversation and swaying to happen here. Closed-minded person, stay out there, leave me alone. Stay out there, leave me alone. If you can shout loud enough for me to hear you from the border, go ahead. The moment you cross that line, you will be shot. Right? And then there's like a sentence or two more. But open-mindeds have their little ivory tower that because they're open-minded, they're willing to allow the things in it protected or put on display in this ivory tower to change. Open minds, even there, can be broken. Open minds can even be broken like land. I'm not sure what that has to do. Open minds, so long as it's not an optimistically... That's pretty much it. I can't even hardly read past the mold stains here, so I'm gonna just stop digressing. But yes, narcissists are offensive, closed minds are defensive, open minds, I don't care. Do what you will, and we'll see what happens and goes from there. That's an open mind. Open-minded people, do as you will, and we'll see how things go. Fully open minds are that way. There are like semi-open minds and stuff and nuances stuff where, say, like a not fully open mind, because that's a fully open mindset person. But like a semi-open mind, I have my belief they'll have, say, a wall. They'll have their boundaries, they'll have their borders. But again, there's a bit more sway and lenience for the things. They're not as protective or defensive as a closed-minded individual, but there are stuff there and set in place. So there are nuances and stuff for any and everything, any and everywhere. But yes, you can find all of this in my book, because this is a kind of mentality I have when writing characters, where all of the narcissists are openly aggressive in their actions. All the closed-minded individuals are exceptionally more defensive and not fully accepting of a lot of other things and people. And all the most open-minded, altruistic, optimistic individuals tend to be laissez-faire. Let's get on and get there. So, hey, that's just me, your Millenia Mailman here today. That's the news and intel I had to share with you today. If you like or agree with anything I had to comment on or talk about, go ahead, like the video, dislike the video. If you don't, put down in that comment section down below any questions, comments, concerns, or stuff you want to have me address on a Mailman Monday. And, of course, by all means, share if you want the discussion or conversation to have a little more exposure, and subscribe if you feel like, or don't, but whatever you choose. Peace.